Welcome back. We are listening to Colter Wall again today. I've heard him one other time before. I was blown away by his vocals, but recently I was told I need to hear this particular song. So we are watching him perform Kate McCannon. Here we go.
Well, the raven is a wicked bird. His wings are black as sin. And he floats outside my prison window, mocking those within. And he sings to me real low, it's hell to where you go. For you didn't murder Kate McCannon. When I first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mines.
You know what? Sorry, I gotta do it. I want to go back to the beginning. Oddly enough, my reasoning this time is his storytelling. What a gem of a performer. I really try not to compare singers with, other singers, but when I think of country singers and storytelling, Mr. Johnny Cash comes to mind, and he's giving me a similar vibe, just a really beautiful, direct storytelling approach, which I love. And of course, you guys already know his voice is just extraordinary. I mentioned this in the last video, which was who knows how long ago, but I really believe he uses his tongue to help create some of this sound. And I love it so much because it has so much depth and richness, but he still has this grit and this gruffness to his voice that is just so captivating, and everything combined. And then the way he comes in, playing the bass drum to help accompany and just drive the song along. So many incredible musical choices have been made in this individual performance, and I wasn't even halfway through. But I want to go back and really, I feel like I got most of the words, but I was a little scatterbrained, if I'm being honest. So I need to really hone in because I want to hear this story. It's just, yeah, here we go.
Well, the raven is a wicked bird. His wings are black as sin. And he floats outside my prison window, mocking those within. And he sings to me real low, it's hell to where you go. For you didn't murder Kate McCannon. first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mines. Said he had himself a dark-haired daughter with long green eyes.
I have to play this again. The way it's not even that he's singing on the backbeat, it's more that he is really stretching these phrases. So the emphasis on the words and the text, especially the consonants, is it's just so good. I love how he's drawing out these very specific words just by not singing them perfectly in time.
When I first met Tom McCannon, I was working in the mines. Said he had himself a dark-haired daughter with long green eyes. And when she and I didn't meet, she was bathing in the creek. Prettiest girl in the whole damn holler, that ain't no lie. So I went a courting Kate McCannon. Got me a job and I quit my rambling.
Another thing that I love is when he's singing the melody, like when he said, I went to court Kate McCannon, you would think that the sort of sound, bum, bum, ba-da-da, he would finish that with text as well, but instead he used guitar to sort of balance and like finish the phrase, so that it resolved in the way our ears kind of want to hear it. And then he did the same thing again. So many great things.
So I went a courting Kate McCannon. Got me a job and I quit my rambling. And every day I'd save a quarter of my pay. I could buy a diamond ring. Lord, and one day I come home to find my darling angel's not inside. So I made for the creek, she and I didn't meet. And I found her with some other lover.
That last phrase was another example of when he finished the melodic phrase with guitar, and I love that. I really love how he's using dynamic contrast here to keep us on edge, to the suspense of, oh, I can't find her, where is she? And then just taking the volume down so low that you just can't help but lean in. I'm gonna go back because there was something else that really stood out to me in his vocals.
My darling angel's not inside. So I made for the creek, but she and I didn't meet.
Ooh, that. Kind of when he said side, but more so on meet. We get these tiny little grace notes, but they're so smooth. So it doesn't feel like, defined notes. It just feels sometimes like a slide or like, I don't know, almost like one note that just sort of is deciding what note it actually wants to be. His vocals are just, when you have so much texture in your voice, sometimes you would anticipate like an inconsistency of tone, but he maintains this beautiful texture, that grit, that richness, that sort of muffled quality throughout the entire song. And he did the same the first time I heard him too. It's just such a unique sound, and I love that it doesn't pop in and out, that we get to hear it throughout this entire song, this entire story, and it really feels, like a proper narrator who is just letting everything unfold for the listener. I love it.
And I found her with some other lover. Then I put 3 rounds in the Kate McCannon.
Was he chewing gum this whole time? I was not expecting such a dark ending. I know at the beginning of the song the Raven said he killed her, but I thought it might have been a falsely accused situation, and so we were gonna get the real story, which we did get, and it went there. It was very dark. But can we talk about songwriting? How incredible is this piece? I mean, again, the storytelling, so captivating, matched with his voice, matched with the music itself. It's just, it's so good and yet so simple. And I think that's been a big theme on this channel for forever, is, there is a time and a place for all the pizzazz and the flash, but something is so striking about simplicity in music, whether it is a vocal line, whether it is the vocal production, or the song itself. I think it just gives listeners the opportunity to pick out so many different things in a piece. Sometimes when there's a lot going on, you're just sort of blown away and you can't take it all in, and I love those moments too. But I think I do have a slight preference for the moments that I have to work for, that I have to, when an artist draws me in and just makes me, makes me sort of like, I say work for it, but it just, sometimes the listener becomes more engaged when they can't be distracted. There we go. We'll say that. I don't know. Maybe that's not what I wanted to say. Anywho, I loved it. Thank you guys so much for watching with me and for this recommendation, and hopefully I will see you next time.